Safari. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unwritten rules of the
If you have any little ones with you, I do recommend they sit towards the outside of the truck. It's going to help them see a little better. If you are seated on the right, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are sliding closed. Asante Sana Warden. That does mean thank you in Swahili. Now friends, here in Harambe, we like to say Twende, and Twende means let's go. Well, Jumbo, everyone, my name is Maddie, and I'm going to be your safari guide today as we travel through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. For your safety, as well as the safety of the animals, please remember to remain seated at all times, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck. If you're holding on to a phone, a camera, or a child, please hold on to them tightly. The roads do get pretty bumpy out here, and this is a real truck, and I am really driving it. Now our journey does begin in the Little Aturi Forest, where the animals are very shy and timid in nature and rely heavily on camouflage for survival. Like those bongo over on the left-hand side. We can tell that these are female bongo because of their bright coat colors. The males are usually much darker. Over on the right-hand side, giving us a great view of those striped hind legs that they have, is an okapi. Now, because of those striped hind legs, many people believe that okapi are related to zebra, but they are actually the only living relative to the giraffe. And we know that based off of their similarities in bone structure, as well as how they have the same long, prehensile tongue that they use to eat with. Now, the okapi's tongue is so long that they are actually able to lick their own eyeballs, which is super important to know. You guys are all welcome for that fact. Now, speaking of eyeballs, you guys have quite a few more of them back there than I do up here, so don't be afraid to let me know of any animals that you can see that maybe I can't. Over on the left-hand side, this is a black rhino. Now, he does blend in with the wall pretty well. Black rhinos will live to be between 30 and 50 years old and will weigh around 3,000 pounds when they're full grown. They have a V-shaped upper lip, which is prehensile, meaning they can wrap their lips around the leaves and the bushes to be able to pull them off to eat, which is kind of like how we use our fingers to grab things. Over on the right-hand side, those are greater kudu. And we can tell that those are female greater kudu because they don't have horns on their heads. They are some of the tallest antelopes in Africa, standing up to be about 55 inches tall. These animals do rely on the dense vegetation of the forest to hide from their predators. So a great way that we can help protect these animals is by recycling our paper products when we're through with them. Now, as we leave the forest behind us and head out into the Safi River Valley, I want to point out those animal spotting guides you have above your heads. Those guides are going to help you identify some of the animals you might see today. Now, guys, I can't guarantee we'll find all of those animals, but we're going to see how lucky we can be. Down on our right-hand side are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from a pink color that appears down their backs during mating season, almost as if they were blushing. At the start of mating season, a male will present a female with a stick, and if she likes that stick, they will stick together forever. And if only it were that simple for us. They are the smallest variety of pelican with a wingspan of about 7 to 9 feet. Over on our left-hand side is a bloat of hippos. Now, hippos do spend most of their days completely submerged in the water. They can hold their breath around 8 minutes at a time. And they do kind of look like rocks, but I promise they are hippos. Now, hippos don't swim in the water, but what they do is sink themselves down to the bottom and they walk along those riverbeds. And they move pretty slowly while they walk on those riverbeds, but on land, hippos can run up to 35 miles an hour. And that means I wouldn't get into a race with a hippo if I were you. And there are a few more hippos hanging out down on the left-hand side by the waterfall. And another animal I wouldn't get into a race with, the Nile crocodile. There's a whole basque of them down to the left. And now crocodiles can run up to 20 miles an hour, which is faster than this truck can even drive. And they will grow to be between 16 and 20 feet in length, and that is about the height of a full-grown giraffe. They will also weigh around 1,000 pounds when they are full-grown and can very easily eat half of their body weight in a single sitting. And that is enough food to keep them full for up to 2 weeks at a time. Now this large tree over on the right-hand side is a baobab tree. It does look like it's upside down with its roots sticking up, but that's just because they remain leafless about 9 months out of the year. And they are able to survive through long periods of drought by storing thousands of gallons of water in their trunks, which makes them very beneficial for animals who live out on the savanna, which is where we're headed next. In the case of an extreme drought, animals can pierce the bark of the tree in order to drink the water that's stored inside. And that is how it got its nickname, the Tree of Life. Now, unlike the animals from the forest who rely on camouflage for survival, on the savanna, animals rely on agility and speed to outrun their predators as well as catch their prey. Now, the animals of the savanna also like to stick together in pretty large groups. Now, we did see a giraffe back there. That was a Maasai giraffe. A group of giraffes is called a tower, and we have quite a few members of our tower here on the reserve, so we'll have to see how many more we can find. Maybe we can get a little closer to them. Over on our left-hand side, sleeping so peacefully inside of that den is a pack of African painted dogs. Now these guys are so very cute, but also some of Africa's most successful predators, with a 90% success rate in catching their prey, which is due to their high levels of endurance and intelligence. And that's compared to about the 40% success rate of a lion during their hunt, which doesn't stop me from wanting to pet them. Coming up on our left-hand side, these are springbok. Now, I also like to call them my s'more-colored friends because they kind of look like a little s'more. And they get their name from their ability to spring up to 6 feet in the air as well as 13 feet forward. And the jumping motion that they do is called pronking.
I know. It's got to be right next to me.
Now over on our left-hand side, a much better look at one of those Maasai giraffe. Now throughout the day, giraffes will spend about 30 minutes napping, but about 20 hours eating. And they spend so much time eating that they've adapted to have a purple-colored tongue, which acts as a natural sun protectant for them. And their tongues are also about 20 inches long. Now coming up on our right is a dazzle of Hartmann's mountain zebra. And if you look closely, you'll see not one, but 2 baby zebra. Now, Hartmann's mountain zebra are the largest variety of zebra in the world. Now, these are 2 baby girls. They're a few weeks old. They like to stick very close to their moms. And Dad does his own thing over there.
Oh, babies, look at the babies. Oh, that's even a better picture.
Now we are getting a little closer to some of those giraffes as well. We're going to stop right here so you guys can see the babies.
Oh, gosh, they're so little.
Giraffes are born at 6 feet tall, and they're going to grow to be between 18 and 20 feet tall when they are full grown.
That's so big, right? You know, I had to double take.
Let's see if we can get a good look at that long tongue. Oh, there it is.
I saw purple.
like, oh, we can have a human exhibit. He's like, I'm trying to eat.
Now, giraffes do pretty much everything standing, like eating and sleeping. And they also give birth standing up. So that means the first thing a baby giraffe ever experiences in life is gravity. But that's okay, they're able to brush it off pretty quickly. Even after that 6-foot fall, newborn giraffes are able to walk and run within the first hour after birth. Now, coming up on our right-hand side is an African elephant, and there are also mandrills over on the left-hand side. Now, mandrills are the largest monkeys in the world, and they have those beautiful blue and red markings on their faces as well as their bottoms that are going to grow brighter the more excited that they get. Mandrills also have little compartments inside of their mouths where they can store snacks for later, which is honestly something I wish I had. Over on the right-hand side, you can see that elephant is flapping their ears. That's how elephants keep themselves cool in the heat. They have a bunch of blood vessels located back there, so when they flap their ears and create a breeze, they can lower their body temperatures by 15 degrees. Now, elephants are the largest mammals on land. They're going to weigh between 6,000 and 12,000 pounds when they're full grown. A full-grown elephant will eat around 300 pounds of food a day. So they do migrate regularly just to make sure there's enough food for the entire herd. Now, as we venture deeper into elephant country, we'll have to see if we can find some more signs of elephants in the area. Now, out of all mammals, elephants do have the longest pregnancy. They are pregnant for about 22 months before they can give birth to their 300-pound babies, which is usually a big no thank you from everyone on board. Now, as you pass through these red clay walls, if you guys look over on the right, you'll see some tusk marks have been carved out, which lets us know that elephants have passed through here, so we might be able to find some more. Wow, hey look, there's more elephants over to the left. I'm going to see if we can get a better look at them. Now, elephants will eat that red clay to get important vitamins and nutrients from it. So those clay walls are super important to their habitats out in the wild. Now, it seems like these elephants are throwing mud onto themselves. Now, elephants do have really sensitive skin. So they'll take sand, dirt, clay, mud, whatever they can, and fling it onto their backs to help protect their skin from the sun. Now, if you guys love elephants as much as I do, a great way that we can help protect them out in the wild is by recycling our electronics when we're through with them. And that's because our cell phones, laptops, and tablets all contain a mineral called coltan, which is also found in that red clay that the elephants like to eat. So by recycling those electronics, we can help put an end to coltan mining and thus protect their habitats out in the wild. I know sometimes it's hard to believe that we could do anything that would make a difference in these animals' lives, but we are capable of so much more than we think, and these animals do rely on us to help keep them safe. Over on our left-hand side, this is a flamboyance of greater flamingos. They are the largest flamingos in the world, and if you guys take a good look at the island that they're standing on, you'll see it's in the shape of Mickey Mouse. And nature really is incredible, isn't it? When flamingos hatch, they are a gray color. It's going to take about 2 years for their pink tones to fully develop. And they get those pink tones from the beta carotene that's found in the brine shrimp that they eat. Over on the left-hand side, these mud pits that you can see are very popular spots for animals that don't have fur to hang out. And that would be animals like rhinos. So you have to let me know if you can see any in the area. Rhinos will roll around in the mud to help protect their skin from the sun, almost as if it were a natural form
There's
of
a rhino in the
sunscreen.
trees. There's a rhino on the right.
Oh, yep, there's a crash of rhinos hanging out over on the right-hand side. Now, these are white rhinos. They are the largest rhinos in the world, weighing at around 5,000 pounds when they're full grown. I will have to see if we can find some more as we continue through. Now, coming up on the left, you might be able to spot a cheetah or two. Now, cheetahs are really good at camouflage thanks to those 2,000 spots they have all over their bodies. But sometimes they can be a little difficult to see.
Laying in the tree in the back.
Now, there is a cheetah up ahead on the left-hand side. Now, cheetahs are able to go from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds
tree
flat,
right across.
and they can hold that 60-mile-an-hour sprint for about the length of 2 football fields. There are actually more rhinos up ahead.
Oh, there's one right there too.
Oh my God, my gosh, close. Get out of the road. Oh wow, right at you. I guess they're not scared of the vehicles at this point.
Not at all.
Yeah. They're like,
Nope.
like another animal in their kingdom.
Oh, I wonder if they know that the baby went the opposite way.
Wait, is that the baby?
Yes, in front of us.
Oh, that's a baby?
All right, so we're just gonna go nice and slow since mom and baby are separated right now.
Oh, baby, right away. Mama's in the back. I can't believe that's a baby. That's a big baby.
Now we have 3 young rhinos here on the reserve. There we go. They're like, Mom. Mom, where are you? Now they're actually very independent. Independent babies. A group of rhinos is called a crash. Not sure if I said that or not. Over on the left-hand side, there's a snoozing lion. And a few more rhinos over on the right. And there are 2 lions up to our left, which makes this a pride of lions. Now, this is how lions do spend most of their days. They sleep about 20 hours a day, and they're most active at night, which is when they're going to do most of their hunting, because that's when they can see the best. Now, since male lions have those manes around their necks that can weigh up to 40 pounds, and the females will do most of the hunting, while the males stay back to watch over the pride. Over on our left-hand side, there are a few warthogs hanging out. Now, warthogs are the largest burrowing mammals in the world. And they have 2 sets of tusks on their face, one set for self-defense and the other for digging. If they feel threatened, they'll back into their burrows with their tusks sticking out to help protect them. Over on our right-hand side, an ostrich, who definitely knows where her treats come from. And we can tell it's a female ostrich because of her light gray feathers. Now, I am kind of going fast through this area because those warthogs are new and we don't want to scare them, so we're trying to not stop by them too much. But there they are, you can get a good glimpse of them. They are adorable. Down on the right-hand side are ostrich eggs. They do lay the largest eggs in the world. Just one ostrich egg is the equivalent of 2 dozen chicken eggs, and they can weigh around 4 pounds each.
She can't ride it.
Their eggs are also so sturdy that we can stand on them without cracking them.
I kind of want to know. Why did we do that?
Now, coming up on our left-hand side, as we pass through the warden's post, you'll find some very cute Nigerian dwarf goats. They're hanging out on the porch and on the ice chest and inside of the Jeep. They are mostly domesticated by farmers and serve a few purposes. Farmers can drink their milk as well as sell it to make money. And those little guys will also eat some of the overgrown vegetation that other livestock won't eat. Now, if you guys were interested in seeing some other animals here today, I highly recommend you go and check out the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. And that's a 15 to 20 minute self-guided walking trail where we have an underwater hippo viewing area, an aviary with several species of exotic birds. There's meerkats, naked mole rats, some reptiles, and you also have a chance to see the gorilla family we have here at Animal Kingdom. Now for any of my wilderness explorers on board looking to get your safari badge for today's adventure, the name of the truck that you have been riding on is the Simba 1. And that's SIMBA1, just like the lion. Now with that, friends, it does seem like our time together has come to an end. And I do hope you guys had as much fun as I did out there. We got to see some incredible animals together. Now here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. Instead, we say Kwaherini, which means to go well. Now again, friends, my name is Maddie, and it was such a pleasure to bring you out on the reserve today. If y'all have any questions or even just want to say hi, please feel free to come on up to my window after I drop you off. My windows are always open for you, and that's because I just don't have any.